I wanted to reflect on my first community event with sewing. I wanted to start doing an in-person meetup. A lot of us are introverts who get our energy by being in our rooms or our sewing spaces, being alone. But it's also important to have our people, and sewing people are awesome people. I think most of us can agree on that. Rented a room in my local community center. I booked the room about 2.5 weeks before the event, and I had done no advertising, no flyers, no. I just said, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get started, start somewhere. So I booked the room. It's big enough for 25 people. It's definitely too big. I put a couple of TikToks up, a couple things on the socials. A couple days before the event, thought, you know what, I'm going to set up an account with meetup.com. I wish that I had set up the meetup a little bit earlier. I did have some sewing friends show up. One person come with 2 different pieces of fabric, a few yards each. Gorgeous fabric that she had gotten from G Street. It was sort of like a mint green and purple, and it's just going to look amazing. So she was able to get some advice from someone who's been sewing and quilting for years about how to reupholster a chair that she had stripped. And then we had someone who was making these, it was like hexagons, I think. Like it's sort of a form of quilting. That she's a science geek. And during the meeting, there was kind of a science geek out. So if you guys are sewists and you love science, maybe there's a pattern. I can see that. I'm also a science person, but I can't say I'm a science geek. What went well? I had snacks, raffle items. I brought enough fabric, so I was working on an eye mask while we were chatting. I brought my serger, which was really exciting because there was someone there who has 2 sergers and she wants to learn how to thread them. So the room was sort of big. It had like a corporate boardroom feel. It wasn't like kind of the warm, fuzzy environment that I was hoping for. You have to go through the community center, check in, show your license, and kind of walk through a path to get to the back room. So the venue was not ideal. Parking was great. I think next month I'll do it at the library. I'm happy with the amount of stuff that I brought in the equipment, like books for people to reference. I had gotten these paper dolls, which were really fun to look through from fashion from the 90s. And we were able to talk about some of the nostalgia that some of the fabric brings us. I learned the term fabric petting, and we all acknowledge that we do it. I talked about an embarrassing moment where once I was at G Street, there was some gorgeous new fabric, and I was just sitting there petting it, like completely zoning out, just feeling how gorgeous it was. And somebody was watching me like, who is this weirdo petting fabric? That was me. A couple family members showed up to support me. It was very sweet. I didn't overdo it. I didn't like stress too much. So it was not a big lift for me physically or like mentally or emotionally. I'll definitely do flyers for next time because some of my friends and some of the target audience are on social media and some of them are not. I want to reach out to both groups. I thought I set up something on Eventbrite, but then it went away and I'm confused. I thought about also maybe finding some local places, local venues to tag or local news or events places where I can mention a meetup. So kind of getting the word out more through local sources. I'm proud that the first event happened and so grateful to the people who showed up. It's about getting community together, community of non-gatekeepers, supporters, inclusive of skills, abilities, genders. This is a meeting of people who want to learn from each other, support each other, teach each other. I'm going to set something up for March and I am going to report back